Clippers team total over 121.5, and this number is on the rise, so get it while you still can. The Toronto Raptors here are in freefall mode. They've lost 7 of their last 8, 3 and 5 ATS over that span. Now, what's the line of demarcation here for Toronto, guys? Well, on right after New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, whatever it was, they traded away Emmanuel Quigley and to the New York Knicks. They made that trade with R.J. Barrett and that whole crew.
R.J. Barrett.
Right. That whole crew went away from the Knicks, rather, and went to the Raptors, and the Raptors moved players to the Knicks. And that's kind of the line of demarcation. If you look at the Raptors before that trade defensively, they allowed 115 points per game on 48% shooting, and the opponents only grabbed 43 rebounds a game. In the 12 games after that trade, from New Year's Day on, they're now allowing 120 points per game on 49% shooting, and opponents are grabbing 45 rebounds per game. The Clippers have scored 125 in 6 of their last 7, including against the Raptors 16 days ago. The only time they didn't get to 125 was in Minnesota against the T-Wolves, the best defense in the league. So Toronto can't score. They've gone under in 5 straight. Otherwise, I'd play this over straight, guys. My biggest concern here is that if Toronto is not scoring at all, the pace will grind down and LA won't have to continue to push. I'm hopeful that Toronto can at least, because they've gone under in the last 5, wake up and say, hey, we got to start figuring out how to put the ball in the basket. So that's the reason I took the team total versus the over in the game, is because I worry about Toronto's offense. But again, I think LA, with the streak that they're on and how good they're playing right now, guys, this may be the best team in the West. Despite what records tell you, I like the Clippers here to get over 121.5.
So when it comes to pace, I mean, the Clips rank, 26th in the NBA in pace. Toronto's pace has gotten slower since the trade. They're outside of the top half of the league pace-wise. Are you worried at all that this ends up being a slow, plodding game that ends up with both teams staying under their team total?
I mean, it's absolutely a concern. I mean, look, the Clippers can just shoot, right? Like, everybody is making shots. If you're watching, Russell Westbrook is making threes, for crying out loud. Like, all of a sudden, it's something that's a regular occurrence, coming off the bench, just dropping a couple of threes and then going to get some Gatorade. I mean, this is just such a good scoring team at this point in time. Everything about their offense screams efficiency. They've moved into the top 10 in offensive efficiency in the NBA, so they don't have to take a lot of shots to be able to score because they're so efficient with the basketball. But yes, Ted, it's a fair point. You know, the pace of this thing could grind down. And look, it's one of those things where they could be trending for 2.5 quarters to go over this number, and Toronto just sort of quits offensively, and then it all comes to a screeching halt. I acknowledge that is absolutely a relative game script that could manifest itself in this thing here, but I just trust LA and the guys that they have. And again, even if it's late and Russell Westbrook is playing extra minutes, you know he's going to try to fill up the bucket. So I hope that he gets his in the 3rd and 4th quarter here.